What is up, diecast collectors? This is 9446 Network, back with another diecast review. And today, we're going to be taking a look at Ryan Blaney and his 2022. Ooh, this car is oily. Ryan Blaney's 2022 WURTH paint scheme for Penske Racing, the Ford Mustang. Unbelievable. Beautiful. This is one of the coolest paint schemes ever for Ryan Blaney, this WURTH car. Everybody loved the Brad Keselowski car from 2019 to 2021. Fantastic. But this car here, this one, for me, of the WURTH cars in my collection, takes the cake. Just a beautiful, beautiful retro design. Striped. It's just a fantastic. On the next-gen car, chrome wheels, colored in. Man, it's a fantastic car. Just unbelievable looking. It's just great. This is a car you're definitely going to have on a best paint schemes list. That's for sure, man. This is a great one for you Ryan Blaney fans. It looks like a Ryan Newman car from like 2008. Or what year was he in Penske? The final year at Penske. I'm trying to remember that right now. 07, 08. 07, 08. One of those years. And of course, prior to that. This reminds me of a Ryan Newman, like in his Penske days type of paint scheme. Fantastic. You got 12... no Penske logo, Ford, and of course the front end of these next-gen Fords. I'm telling you, man, these next-gen cars are aggressive looking. It just look at the front of that the front grille design of this car. This thing looks like, if I ever see like this car in the rear view, my rear view mirror, it looks like the grille of this. It looks like it's gonna eat my car up, like just aggressive looking, like just like it's gonna eat something. You got Pennzoil Ford right there. You got WURTH with the hood vents. And this is another one of those cars that has the weird placement of the sponsor on top of the hood vents. That's just fantastic, but it doesn't kill it for me. You got Ford, Blaney right there. Sunoco, Goodyear, NASCAR Cup Series. Number 12, Ryan Blaney, Ford, PPG, Mazak, Dent Wizard, Discount Tire, WURTH, Advanced Auto Parts, Dex Imaging, Wabash, and Menards. And even Menards changed their logo color for this car. And it looks good. Of course, you got WURTH. You got Ford with the 2022 registration sticker, number 12, the exhausts. And, of course, you have nothing on the deck lid right there, just the beautiful stripes of this car. You have Ryan Blaney right there and Snap-on the roof. Paint scheme itself, and, of course, or the number, I should say, before we get to the paint scheme. You got the red outline, white number fill-in, and, of course, on the side, you got a huge white back to the number. It's not even an outline. Yeah, it does outline around the numbers, but it looks like an entire panel cut out. It's kind of like when you're making a custom diecast and you try to get numbers on there easily, and you don't cut out the rest of the decal, you just throw it on there. That's what it looks like, but that's the styling, that's part of the styling of this paint scheme. So, excuse that. You got the red outline with the black number fill-in, and of course, the car is painted black right there. And of course you have the black side skirts of it, the red spoiler, and of course the black splitter, of course. And let's just take a look at the paint scheme. So it's all white in the front, of course. And of course the sides, this is where it gets crazy, folks. So you see the top, we're gonna look at the hood and just look at the angle of the hood. It's the Ford mold, it kind of just swoops down into the hood and up and over to the windshield. Like, see how like aerodynamic that is? Like, if I can place my finger, boom, right around there's a little boom, a little fold right there in the hood. Aerodynamics. But that right there I'm pointing out because that is where the stripes start on top of, and it just looks really sharp. And those stripes just continue slashing across the A-post and over to the hood, and across the side as well. You're gonna see the stripes just continue. It's almost like a hair comb. It's just like, it's got just like a black or whatever color, and it just stripes just continue forever. And of course, it stops right at the WURTH logo right there. A little bit of space between the 12 and that right there, the logo. And that's just kind of where it's spaced out and it stops. And of course, you got a massive tear on the decal on top of the beautiful red stripes. That really, really sucks. Well, at least you get to see the whole thing on the other side, of course, with no paint chip on it. But that's besides the case. So you have that going on right there with the stripes, the black, and of course you have the red stripes just going underneath. It starts across like the biofuel, American ethanol, right around the WURTH, and the ethanol, it's right there. stops and then continues under the TH in Worth, where the Wabash and Menards is. And it looks like the brake light is covered up, or the rear turn signal is covered up by the Menards logo. Some of the cars have it, some of them don't. I think they just stopped putting them on there because it was blocking the sponsor. But the rest of the red stripes just continue past the wheel well. Look at that, stripe. Just, you can't even count them. There's just so many stripes. It scallops to it. It's just red, and it just stops right there. It just leaves this negative space right here. Nothing in there. It's just a full black space. Not really sure what you would put in there. I kind of would like to see that stay as is, because the black just in the middle of those stripe colors looks great. It does. So you got the exhaust right there, of course, on the back with the red splitter and the red back. Just a red back bumper, and of course the stripes continue. It's like a wrap around the back, so it goes down here, then a bit up here, and then over the spoiler and onto the deck lid right there. As you can see, looks really, really cool looking. And is it me, or a lot of the stripes are missing on this side? See how like this side has a lot of stripes, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 1, 2, oh, it's just small and cut off. Yeah, that looks a bit weird. You see how that looks? And there's a chip right there on the, over it as well. So maybe that's where that decal chipped off onto. I don't know. You could never tell with these cars what's supposed to be there and what's not. But like I said, guys, this is a cool looking car. This is a black, red, and white. Great color combination. I really like this car. And for this paint scheme, it's just fantastic. One of the cooler cars we've gotten for the Ryan Blaney. Yeah, we all love the yellow Menards cars. But this here is a fantastic, unbelievable paint scheme for Ryan Blaney. This one of the cooler cars, man. This is definitely a car that I'm going to look at in my collection. I'm like, man, I'm glad I got that one. Even as a Ryan Blaney diecast. But let's take a look at the 360 views. Here's the front of the car. Here's the hood. Here's the right side. Here's the back. Here's the deck lid. Here's the roof. The shape of these things are just like round and stubby. Really cool looking. Left side in the chassis. And yes, they gave us colored rims on this one, so not a lot of spin. They roll on it rolls on its own, but you're just pushing it with your fingers. Not a lot of rotation out of those wheels. But yeah, guys, chrome to top it off. The cherry on the cake, the chrome wheels on this car. This is an unbelievable paint. You gotta get this one. And even the blue Goodyears kind of look good with it as well. I don't always point out the Goodyears because I tend to forget about those, but not on this one. I pointed it out in the review on this time around. But the chrome wheels are unbelievable on this car. Just unreal. And is that decal? The decals just chip off on your fingers and it just looks weird on your hands. But yeah, guys, chrome wheels. Just an unbelievable, beautiful paint scheme. It looks good as it rolls, too. This is just a fantastic looking car. One of my favorite Ryan Blaney diecasts in my collection. I was hoping to get the Kobe Bryant Blaney as well as the Kobe Bryant Byron, but they became super rare. If I got the Blaney Kobe Bryant one, that would have been my favorite Blaney car, but I couldn't get it, unfortunately. It's just how it is. You won't be able to collect every car, but you just got to collect as many as you can. So, thank you guys for checking this one out. Comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next diecast review. And always remember to make sure you know what you're doing when you're putting decals on your diecasts.